Hello everyone. Today I will help you in calculating the risk and return of individual security as well as portfolio. So when we are talking about the portfolio may consist of two or more than two assets. So as I'm starting from the basics, so I'm calculating the risk and return of individual securities as well as portfolio consisting of two assets. Okay. So this is the question that I have actually written for your understanding. I will help you out in solving this particular question. So the question is like this, that the return on asset A and the return on security A and security B under 5 possible states of nature are given below. So there are 5 different states of nature, and the probability of return from each state is from each natural state is given, as well as what is the return on security A and what is the return on security 2 is given. Now what it is asked, it is asked to calculate or to determine the risk and return of individual security and portfolio. That means we need to calculate what is the risk of asset A and asset B, return of asset A and asset B, portfolio return of asset A and asset B, and portfolio risk of asset A and asset B. The question is, I hope now the question is clear. Now what are the different steps that you will consider while solving this type of question, particularly when two assets are given? So I have written some of the steps that you can follow, or otherwise you can follow any other method, but if you follow this method, it will be easy for you to calculate the risk and return of individual security as well as portfolio. So okay, now what are the different steps to be followed? First, I will calculate what is the expected return of individual security. Okay, if I calculate the individual return of expected return of individual security, that will help me out in calculating the standard deviation. Standard deviation is used to calculate the risk. Okay, then after calculating expected return, I will calculate what is the portfolio return. So portfolio as well as individual security return calculation is done. After that, I will calculate standard deviation of individual asset or individual security. Once you are calculated the standard deviation, then you need to calculate actually the covariance, because covariance is not required at all. I need the coefficient of correlation, but in order to calculate coefficient of correlation, I need to know the covariance. Okay, now once the covariance is done, then you will calculate the coefficient of correlation, and lastly you will calculate the portfolio risk. So this is the simple steps that you will follow to calculate the risk and return of individual security. Clear? So I'll let me start with the solution, so you people can actually refer this video for your better understanding. Okay, so let's start with the calculation of expected return of individual security. So here I'm starting with this individual expected return of individual security. Now how to calculate the expected return of individual security is nothing but sum of the probability and your return, where I is equal to 1 to n. Now as I told you that to calculate the expected return of security A, I will multiply the probability value with the return, right? So what I will do, I will consider this 0.10, 0.30, Okay, now I'll calculate to find out the value of my expected return of security A. So the expected return of security A is 15.4 54 after calculation. Likewise, what I will do, I'll calculate the expected return of security B. So just like the way I have calculated the expected return of security A, the same way I have calculated the expected return of security B. Okay, so the way I have calculated the expected return of security A, the similar way I have calculated the expected return of security B. Okay, so let me repeat once again. What is it? Is the sum of the probability and the return value, the product of probability and return. Then I will get this one. Now after that, what I will calculate the expected return of the portfolio. Now to calculate the expected return of the portfolio, what I will do, I will multiply summation of weight into the weight into the expected return of a particular security, where I is equal to 1 to n. Now in this case, what is the portfolio? See here, weight, nothing, nowhere weight is mentioned, right? Weight means the extent to which you have invested in security A and security B. So as nothing is mentioned, so I will consider it is 0.5. 0.5. And what is the expected return of security A? It is 15.4. Similarly, 0. Expected return is, okay, now the product of this and product of this, if we add, you will get the expected return of your portfolio. So the portfolio return that is coming is 14.35. Clear? So this is the way you need to calculate the expected return as well, expected return of individual security as well as the portfolio. Clear? I hope it is clear. Now let's start with the calculation of covariance of the between the return of two security and security B. Now for this I need to prepare a very simple table, okay, that you can prepare along with this, as there is no space. That is why I have created a separate table for this. Okay, now what are the different columns here? See here, the state of the nature is there, probability, what is the deviation of the return of asset A, and what is the deviation of return of asset B. The product of this along with the product along with this probability, if I multiply, I will get the covariance. Okay, so I won't make you wait. So let me calculate this covariance. So I have prepared the table to calculate the covariance. So as you can see, I have fully prepared the table. Now in order to calculate what is the covariance, I will add all this. Okay, and if I add all this, it is coming near about 27.18. So the covariance between the return of two assets. So I have prepared the table to calculate the variance. So as you can see, I have taken the help from this particular table, and this particular table I have kept for the reference purpose. So see, I have multiplied the deviation of return as the return of asset A and asset B. Along with this, I have multiplied the probability value, and altogether I got 27.18, the sum of this. Okay, so the covariance between the uh, return on security A and B is 27.18. So see, I have calculated the covariance. Now I'll calculate what is the correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient. So to find out the correlation coefficient, I need to know what is the the covariance of A and B, and what is the sigma of A and sigma of B. Now the covariance that is there, it is 27.18, and the sigma A that we have calculated, it is here. Okay, I will use this particular sigma value to calculate this. Okay, so 0.895 plus multiply is it is coming 8.95 into 3.82. Now I'll calculate this to find out the correlation value. So the product of this is the product of the standard deviation of asset A and asset B is 34.189, and the covariance value that we have calculated here, it is 27.18. So the correlation coefficient value is 0.789. So I got almost all information to calculate the portfolio risk. Now I will calculate the portfolio risk. Okay, now the last section or the last calculation left in this question is the calculation of portfolio risk. So how to calculate, or what is the formula to calculate the portfolio risk? Is nothing but the formula is easy. You need to just remember. So what to be done? The weight square of security A, sigma of security A, then weight square of security B, sigma square of your security B, plus 2, what is the weight of A, weight of B, sigma of A, sigma of B, then your correlation of A B. Okay, now in this case, what is the weight of My asset A, weight of my asset is 0.5 square. What is the risk is? Risk that is there in the question is 8.95, right? So I will calculate, means I'll find out the it is similarly weight of asset B, security B is this much, zero point 0.5, and uh, what is the standard deviation, risk square of, or the sigma square of B is 3.82 square. Then I will calculate what is the 2, what is the weight of security A, it is 0.5, weight of security B is 0.5. Then what is left is the standard deviation of asset A is 0.95. Then it is, then for um, security B is 3.82, and what is the standard deviation is that we have calculated 0.795, right? Now if I calculate this, and if I find out the square root of this, I will get what is the portfolio risk. So let me calculate this. Now I have calculated for you this calculation. So after doing all these things, it is coming 6.10 as the portfolio risk. Okay, so 6.80 the portfolio risk. Then again we have calculated the individual security risk in the portfolio return, individual security return. So this is all about this particular question. Okay, so thank you everyone for your patience hearing.